Welcome to the Build a Glamping Business from the Start show. I'm Carrie.
And I'm Augusta, and we're going to show you how to do glamping from the ground up.
That's right. Follow along as we build our business in the fantastic world of glamping.
Hi, and welcome to episode 5. Today we're going to talk about how to choose your tent and your equipment a little bit. And we've got a great tip for you at the end of the video. So stick around and find out what that is.
Yeah, you definitely want to stick around for that, especially if you live in the United States. So Augusta and I spent quite a bit of time researching different structures, and there are a ton of structures out there. You can spend a lot of money on structures, we've discovered. We started out looking at yurts and discovered those are very cool and they're very much of a permanent type of a structure, but found that they are pretty expensive, usually around 10,000 to 12,000 to start with. And the price just goes up depending on what kind of options and accessories you add on to it.
That's right. And there's so many things you need to take into account. Going back to our last episode about code enforcement and ordinances and allowances, some places allow temporary structures, and some places don't allow temporary structures. Some of them you're going to require a building permit for something like a yurt. So you need to, keep all of that in mind when you're considering how to go with this. Do you want a tent? Do you want a yurt? Do you want a cabin? Do you want, a tent that you go to Big Five and buy? Or, do you want something a little more substantial than that?
Yeah, definitely. You'll want to look at, your climate that you're going to be having the structure in. If you're in a place that's really humid, you probably shouldn't go with a tent. It could be pretty miserable for the people that are staying in the tent with a lot of condensation inside of it. It might make your tent structure kind of degrade quicker. It's just wear and tear on there. Likewise, if you're in a place that is, real snowy, like where we're at in Colorado, we really have to look at snow load. And if that's something that we're going to do year round during the winter, we really need to make sure that we've got a structure that isn't going to cave in if it gets, an 18-inch dump of snow. So climate is really important, and you'll want to definitely consider that as you look.
Yep. And that's, the climate. Are you going to be year round, or are you going to do this seasonally? Because if you're year round, for us, we have such varied weather from summer to winter. So we can get everything from, a blizzard to torrential downfalls of rain and some extreme heat. The only thing we really don't deal with is that humidity piece of it. So consider all of those things when you're looking at these structures and you're looking at your equipment for it, because you want it to last for a long time. You want your guests to be comfortable. Also you need to consider something like, are there cows around who will lean on it and scratch, or bears, or, even deer and elk will rub their antlers, in that velvet season, and they'll find any structure they can to do that. So how are you going to, ensure that your equipment stands up to those things? For us, if we're going to be, we've chosen to go year round and offer this to some of the hunters that come in. How are they going to stay warm? Well, we chose a structure that actually has a flue vent hole in the canvas to go for that chimney to go out, that weather seals tight for the rest of the year. So keep all of those things in mind. You don't want to waste your money. They can cost you upwards of $5,000-$6,000 for whatever you get, and you want to make sure that it's going to be the quality that you need.
Yeah, so we actually ended up choosing a tent company that is based here in the US. We really decided it was really important to be supporting either a local company or at least one that was here in the US. So we chose Stout Tent as our first tent purchase. They are based here in the US and their manufacturing facilities are here. We really like the company. They have great reviews on their tents. they get glamping and they get the whole glamping model. And I think the best part about it is they're veteran owned. So I know Augusta and I feel really strongly about supporting a company like that. So we're super excited to see what that tent's like the first time we get it set up.
That's right. And you watch our future episodes, we're going to show you setting up this tent for the first time. It's apparently very heavy. And so you want to keep that in mind with, where your glamp ground is going to be. Do you have to carry it in, and that weight issue? But back to Stout, yeah, they gave us some great customer service. They got us our tent when they said they were going to. And they have already given us more support than we could possibly have imagined from a company. So take a look at them. They've got some phenomenal different types of tents and things in there. The other thing that we should consider in this is always, who are your customers and what do they want? Do they want big and luxurious, or do they want something small that keeps them out of the weather, just to go for, a couple of days? We've decided that our customer base, we want to have the luxurious, more hotel in the wilderness kind of feel to it. So we've gone with that large 19-foot tent, and it should be able to hold all the furniture and everything that we need to have in there.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. I can't wait till we get to set it up, and we'll definitely, record that, and you guys can follow along as we get it furnished, and you can kind of see what we're doing. So one of the things we also wanted to mention, there is a very cool, and this is your hot tip, there's a very cool show that's coming up, and it's actually going to be here in the Denver area. It's going to be October 5th and 6th of this year, so 2021. It's called the Glamping Show USA. So they've actually been around for a while. Over in the UK, glamping has actually been around quite a bit longer than it has been here in the US. And they've got a Glamping Show UK that they do that's super, super cool to go to. And they're starting to do them here in the US. So Augusta and I are really excited because they will have an expo during the show, where they're going to have a ton of different vendors that have lots of different really cool glamping products. It's not just a camping show like they do in some parts of the country. It's actually specifically for glamping. So we're really excited to see what new products they have. There's just tons of stuff happening right now in the glamping world as it becomes more popular. So we'll put a link to the Glamping Show USA where you can register down in the description. Definitely check that out.
All right, that's what we've got for today. We'll see y'all next time. And don't forget to like and follow us down there. If you've got any other questions, if you got questions, you have something you want us to cover, go ahead and put that in the comments section. And feel free to follow us on all of our other social media sites, YouTube, Rumble, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, and Buzzsprout so far. So we will see y'all soon.
Yep. See you soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.